Hey Parker, it's April 29th. We've been doing this for nearly 5 months now. That's quite an accomplishment in my opinion. Like, honestly, I very rarely do anything straight for 5 months. I'm a very lazy person and I'm not the best at following through on things, so I don't get social media either, to be perfectly honest with you. I'm going to tell you my main relationship with social media. It's procrastination. I procrastinate a lot. That's my life. Now, this video doesn't really have a topic, so we're just gonna see what pops into my head. Like, I really came into this unprepared. Now, over the weekend, I was in my favorite place, which is Ocean City, which is a beach town, but it was very, very cold over the weekend, even though now it's like 75 degrees, so. And because it was so cold, there really wasn't much beach going, so I stayed in my room and watched ghost hunting shows the entire weekend. Like, I'm very much obsessed with ghost shows. Like, ghost shows, that Hunting Bigfoot show, shows about paranormal anything like paranormally I'm into, or cryptozoology as well. Well, one, it got me to thinking that, like, I'd love to be a ghost hunter, but then also that, like, if I was trying to be a ghost hunter, I'd probably, like, cry out of fear a lot. And two, it got me to wonder why the heck I find this stuff so fascinating. And then we did some psychoanalyzing, and we went back in the past, and I realized I used to be mega afraid of death as a young child. Well, because of that, I was like, I'm just gonna live forever. I'm going to be kept alive for hundreds of years out of sheer stubbornness and just refusing to die. And so, like, you know, you become interested in the subject of death, which is really weird for a youth. Like, no one I knew died as a child, but for some reason, yeah. So, like, I had this weird fixation on ghosts and paranormal things for, like, a long time, just because, like, I don't know, I was a weird child, I guess. So, there's a helicopter. And I don't know, is that too much information? If it is too much information that I was a weird child who was obsessed with death, we can just pretend we'd never heard that. But it happened. I you know, ghosts. Also, Ow! Also, there's like 5 candles in the background because I love candles now. Which probably isn't the best thing because, I don't know. They're usually not back there, but I was like, oh, these look pretty in the background. They're usually, like, sitting next to me, so, like, I can keep a better eye on them, because even though I love candles, I have the irrational fear that they're going to, even with no outside influence, these candles, I'm convinced, are going to, like, fall over and, like, make everything combust. There's a frickin' helicopter again. Also, I'm still considering my tattoo idea because that's what I do with my life now. I'm very much obsessed. And on top of me deciding I want to get my tongue web pierced, which is like underneath your tongue, if like you it's like the thing under your tongue that, like, yeah, just like Google tongue web piercing and you'll see it. That's the easiest way. But then again, back to the tattoo, I kind of want to get a anatomical heart, like something you'd see out of like a medical text, like a sketch of a heart, sort of, or like a woodcut of an anatomical heart, if that makes any sense. And I got this idea for this tattoo today at 6 a.m. when I was laying in bed, and I woke up and I was like, oh my god, I should get that tattooed on my body. Mostly because my dad always calls me a bleeding heart, and this is slightly less gruesome than an actual bleeding heart tattooed onto my skin. Plus, that seems like a little bit freaky. Like a woodcut or sketch seems more up my alley. But I'm very much a bleeding heart, so. Like, I'm perfectly content with being a bleeding heart. I'm cool with it. I've accepted it by now. It's okay. Just check and make sure. I don't know what that noise was. I will see you tomorrow, Parker. DFTBA.